Hi, everybody. Oh, baby, I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. We are live. I'm live, taking care of details, inviting everybody over to come join us. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited about today's conversation. I have no idea where we're going to go, but you guys are invited in my bed with me today. Ooh. Hello, Cataline. Hello, Mihela. All right. So today we are talking about back to bodies, back to basics. Oh, baby. Yay. Sheena says, hi, Catherine. I'm from Ireland. I love it. Your NJD everyday session was exactly what was required today. How cool is that? So I'm so excited for today's conversation. I have no idea where we're going to go, but we always go somewhere. So, um, right now, like just the energy of possibilities with the no judgment diet. So the no judgment diet was originally created because everybody on the planet judges their body. And imagine what the planet would be like if we didn't have to judge our bodies, if we didn't have to have separation. So I got really fired up because I have like 100,000 things in my head, but I'm going to try and, make this succinct as much as I possibly can. I was just on a call. It's called the Sex Trilogy 2.0. So we did a series a week ago that really changed people's universes. We were originally going to talk about sex, and it was a women only conversation because I wanted to give women a safe place to be able to talk about the things that they don't always talk about, right? Or be able to ask questions about sex in general. And the first series, we barely got to talk about sex, right? Because there was so much shame on bodies and relationships and what it looks like and abuse and all of this stuff. And so we barely actually got to talk about sex. And so we got the energy of like, let's do a 2.0. So we started the 2.0 today. And my friends, oh my goodness, where we were able to go. It did start today, Ola. So you should have gotten an email if you didn't reach out to Lindsay right away. Yeah, and we'd love to. The recording was amazing. We did have a time change in the US, so a lot of our calls are like a little offbeat because there is a time change in the US. So we're just trying to catch up with everything. We are now, I believe, the UK is only 6 hours ahead, and Paris is only 7 hours ahead. So, anyway, um, and so this idea of, you know, your body is this amazing energy, and your body literally, truly desires to create greater with you. And oh man, what happened on the Sex Trilogy call today is like we've spent our entire lives belittling the magic of the body, belittling our bodies with our judgments, separating from our bodies with our judgments, rejecting the future we want to create by the fact that we're like, oh well, I'm older, or I have too many wrinkles, or my butt's too big, so I'm only allowed to date a certain size of man or a certain size of woman, or I don't have enough money in my bank account, so I'm going to use that judgment as a way to separate from what I'd actually like to be choosing. And so it's fascinating to me because how many of you are like, OMG. OMG, how much are you spending your time rejecting you? Like literally rejecting you. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I'm a single mom. I'm like, what are all the judgments you've been using about you to reject you so that nobody else has to reject you so that you can prove you're right about the point of view you have? It's kind of insane, and I don't know if I'm speaking Japanese at the moment, but we've got some really cool, amazing things happening with the No Judgment Diet. And I think most of the No Judgment Diet would not exist if it wasn't for the tools of access consciousness. And there's 7 billion people on the planet, and those 7 billion people all have bodies, right? And some of those 7 billion people have extremely sexy bodies, and some of those 7 billion people have, hi, Catherine, it's Wendy, you're on fire with me today. So some of those 7 billion people have sexy bodies, but they don't think they have sexy bodies. Some of those 7 billion people have, well, I would say almost all of them have judgments about their bodies. Some of them, maybe they had an accident or they had a trauma, and maybe they're handicapped on some level, but they're still happy. Some of them might be handicapped and miserable. Some of them might be sexy and miserable. Some of them might be, not necessarily this realized version of a perfect body, but they're happier than anyone else around them because they realize they're only given one body in this lifetime. Yeah. So Ola says, I'm the queen of rejection over here. Hi, sweet kitty. And so, my friends, as you look at this, how many of you are using your body as an excuse? I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too ugly, it's too late to get started, I don't have enough time, I'm a single mom, I've had kids, my body's wrinkly. How many of you are using your body as the reason or as the excuse to not go after the life of your dreams, to not create your future, right? You're like, oh no, this old thing, no, like I'm not that cute, right? And so it's fascinating to me that we would spend time judging our bodies, making our bodies wrong, making ourselves wrong. So everything that is times the million. We're just going to let it go. I was going to go into the access consciousness clearing statement. I'm not going to do that on the Facebook Live. But if you're like, wait, what were you going to say, Catherine? And you've never heard it, what I would do is go to accessconsciousness.com to find out more information, or theclearingstatement.com to find out more information. It's pretty much just a trick to get you out of polarity and out of judgment, and to let go of all of the unseen places in which you reject you, in which you make you wrong, in which you try to make you right. Hello, Anna. Hello. Awesome. So, my friends, back to basics and back to bodies. It's like, what if there was nothing wrong with your body? What would you choose? Right? And one of the greatest things is doing this Sex Trilogy series. We couldn't even talk about bodies and sex until Sex Trilogy 2.0. Really, truly. We could talk about the pain, we could talk about the suffering, we could talk about the abuse. But in the Sex Trilogy 2.0, we're actually starting to talk about, what if our bodies were our greatest assets to create a different possibility, to create a relationship that fuels you, to create a sex life that you're actually like filled up by. And one of the main things that we looked at is some people, and this makes those of you that use the tools of access consciousness, this will probably make more sense to you. But if you're like, oh, I want to know about this, stay tuned, because we'll just give you information. So some of you will choose sex for your body. Some of you like to have sex. Your body's the one choosing sex. And some of you, your being is the one choosing sex, right? And so this is kind of crazy. I love it. So, um, yeah. So one of the things that's possible is that if you're somebody that is choosing sex for your being, you may need to feel a stronger connection with someone than if sex is just for your body. So this is making sense to anyone, if it's making sense to anyone. Yeah, and Anna, this is a conversation that if you want to be a part of, great. If you want to like invade our space, then I would say just get off of the Facebook Live, because that's not what this is really about for us. And so one of the things that we start to consider, that we start to create, that we start to become a part of is, what is our reality with our body, and are we willing to have our reality with our body? Some of you, if you judge your body, can you be in the equation of your life? I don't think I've ever asked that question before. Ola, I don't know what I said. So, are you talking about sex with the body versus sex with the being? So some of you are literally, if you judge your body, are you in the equation of your life? Not so much. Let's say it again. Some of you judge your bodies, and if you judge your body, are you in the equation of your life? Right? Like, I think it's awesome because I'm doing a Facebook Live from bed, talking about back to basics, back to bodies, right? Talking about sex. So body versus being. Okay, so sometimes some of you, you will choose sex based on the fact that your body needs sex. Some of you will choose sex based on the fact that your being needs sex. So I'll give my example. I used to be a person where sex was for my body, right? So if sex was for my body, I didn't have a whole lot of points of views about who I had sex with. I didn't need to have that like emotional like connection. I could do a one night stand, walk away, and have no point of view. Okay. Now it's kind of interesting that I'm doing this conversation on Facebook, but I'll do it because more transparent conversations are required if we're truly going to give ourselves permission to have the lives we've dreamed of. Right. And it's my point of view that no topic is necessarily a taboo topic. Everybody has their own like things that they'd like to choose, the ways they'd like to choose them, the way. And so some of you, sex is for your being because you require that emotional connection prior to having sex. And when you have sex, your whole being is like, yeah. Now, in this conversation, it sounds like I'm separating body and being only because we as a species have tended to separate our bodies and our beings. But the truth is, bodies and beings are not separate. They're not. We are one whole person as a complete, amazing, incredible possibility, right? We are one whole person as a complete and possible possibility, and that includes our body and that includes our being. But with the age of spirituality and the age of metaphysics and the age of like lots of different spiritual modalities and even the age of religion, we've tended to idealize the energy of our being while diminishing the energy of our bodies. So our bodies have been looked at as mortal, so capable of dying at any time, whereas our beings are like, oh, our beings are immortal, they never die, right? Pretty fascinating. Woo-wee. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, and Anna, I would say you need to go away if you're going to be disrupting, like get off of this Facebook Live. Like goodbye, because this is not for you. Whoever the F you are. Cool. Hello, sweet Suzanne. Hello, hello. Awesome. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So my friends, versus your body versus your being, it's like it's a whole thing, but every time that you buy the lie that your body is immortal, that it's not infinite, right? The body exists to create more consciousness. Without a body, you wouldn't be able to change all of the things that you could. So what else is possible? There you go. There you go. Cool. So, my friends, yeah, this back to basics and back to the body is really about, and it is really about, like, every time you judge your body, you separate you from what's available. You separate you from being aware. You separate you from using your body like, to create your future. Your body is here to have fun. Your body is here to enjoy living. Your body is here to make people happy. And it doesn't matter what size you are or who you are. So the body is literally this otherworldly possibility. Yeah. So give me 1 second, my friends. I'm about to. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Off. Off. There we go. Yeah. Awesome. 1 second, please. I'm just managing some stuff. Um, oh, got it. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So, yeah, there we go. Cool. I think I solved the problem. Okay, cool. So, yeah, my friends, like, what would it be like if you literally didn't buy any judgment you want to have about your body, any judgment you currently have about your body? What if you didn't entertain it as real and you didn't use it to stop you? And so, really, truly, my friends, this is about No Judgment Diet has always been originally about the bodies. And we got so excited that once we saw, like, oh my gosh, when you stop judging your body, you can start to live again and have joy again and have possibility again. And Ola, this conversation about body with being, it's going to make way more sense after you listen to the Sex Trilogy 2.0 call series, and today's call in particular. And if you're like, you guys are like, Katherine, Sex Trilogy, what is it? Go to katherinemcintosh.com. You can go to upcoming courses. We've got some amazing classes happening currently that you are welcome to join, and be a part of. The Sex Trilogy call, you have to join by Wednesday morning, because doors close after that. But Ola, that's going to make cool so much more sense. So, my friends, this is about literally back to basics. But the truth is, when you do stop judging your body, all of a sudden your business can explode, your relationships can explode, your parenting can explode. And what I mean by explode is you can have everything you've ever desired within that everything becomes possible. There aren't, like, that limitation becomes less because you're not using the judgments you have of your body to separate you from the choices you could be making. So hopefully that makes sense. If you enjoyed this conversation, please leave us a comment. If you would like to share, please share. And my friends, you're freaking amazing. And I learned something new on today's Facebook Live, like how to block people that are really not here for contribution. So my friends, you're amazing. Adore you. And we'll see you tomorrow for Facebook Live. On Thursday, we're doing a Facebook Live with all of the hosts in Mexico. We've got a Facebook Live for the people in Brazil, so it'll be translated in Portuguese. We did last week a Facebook Live for the events in Swift Current, Canada. So if you want to hop on a plane and come to Canada, you guys are welcome to come play. My friends, you're brilliant. I adore you, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.